Hello there.
Oh, we're live.
Welcome back to space.
Yeah, to the apocalypse. Because
Yes.
today we are going to actually be playing Apocalypse for real.
Yes. Finally, we get to actually play. And if you go over to Martin's screen.
Yep. You can see, well, we're a bit
can
in the
maybe
way
say.
now. Let's make ourselves small.
Producing here on the fly. Yeah.
There. I used my powers to make us small.
Something is different here, but I'm not entirely sure what.
Yeah, I think the colors and the buttons, maybe?
Yeah, I think that might be it. I think that E wasn't that shade of orange before.
Yeah, it might be something along those lines. Probably
no,
nothing else.
I know what's different.
Oh?
If you look at the version number, that's what's different. There you go.
Of course.
Of course, we are playing on the hottest of hot code.
The hottest of all, the end of the world code. And it's our new cool title screen, which we put together. And that's actually for everyone, not just the expansion, because we want everyone to enjoy the sight of a planet exploding in the background.
Yes. I mean, it's brilliant.
All right. So let's... So today we will be starting a new campaign, and
Yes.
we will be doing something kind of in the vein of the Starfish campaign,
Yes.
where we'll be playing sort of opposing rival empires on either end of the galaxy, and sort of doing a little bit of an ideological battle. The difference
Yes.
this time is that we're both going to be militaristic imperialists. We're just
Yes.
gonna have a very heated disagreement about why you should be a militaristic imperialist.
Exactly. So we can start off with my empire right here. So I am playing the Dwarf Citizens Republic. We are democratic, fanatic egalitarian militarists with citizen service and the new post-apocalyptic civic.
And we can switch to my screen. And I will be playing as the Orcs Star Counter, the basically nomadic, barbaric despoilers, authoritarian, fanatic, militarist warrior culture that's very strong, decadent, quarrelsome, and nomadic. So I will be taking over the galaxy in the name of good, which is slavery, and you'll be taking over the galaxy in the name of evil, which is equality.
I will be... No,
So as long as that's settled.
You're disgusting. I will be freeing the galaxy from the chains of authoritarianism.
I mean, well, that sounds very evil.
Yeah. All right. So if we go back to my screen, we can show off the setup we've got going on. So we're going to be playing on a large galaxy, spiral 2 arms. We're going to have 12 AI empires spawning in with no advanced, 4 fallen empires, 3 new marauder empires, and 1.5, 1.25 on primitive and crisis strength.
Okay, let's see. We have distributed
Players, yeah, that should be what we want to go with.
Yes.
So that we don't end up right next to each other.
No, we want to end up far apart. And this time we haven't actually had time to prepare something ahead of time, as we did a little bit with Starfish 1.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, just
maybe,
to make
maybe
sure.
Next time.
So we'll see how this ends up. Yeah, one time have the worlds, normal. All this looks, and of course we have some new settings: abandoned gateways, wormhole pairs, hyperlane density, marauder empires.
Yeah.
Which we talked about in the what's it called? Devs Diary today.
Yes.
And we'll have advanced starts off because it's mostly I have them on.
Yeah.
But now it's not supposed to. We're not playing co-op. It's not about us against AI. It's about
Us against the AI.
me defeating you.
And no. It's the galaxy defeating you. That's what's going on here.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
All right. Fantastic. So let's start. So let's see what the chat is thinking. Too many sliders. Oh, well, everyone knows sliders is the best.
Spoken like
thing.
someone who never played a U3.
Oh, still not as many sliders as EU4. Oh, sorry. Here we go. So, let's see where we are in the galaxy. Fairly close together.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're not going to have a showdown at some point.
Yeah.
But in the meanwhile, it's sort of like, you over there,
Yeah.
prove your vision
Yeah.
down here.
Yeah,
and I'll
yeah.
prove my vision up there.
Look, this is mine,
Yeah.
and you can have this, and then we'll see.
And then
who did
we'll
better.
see who was right.
Yeah.
We're basically doing the Orc 1 Doctrinal Wars here.
Sure. Right. I'm gonna put it on fast to begin with. I could probably go up to fastest immediately, actually.
Keep it on fast for a bit.
Yeah.
Just to get the starting stuff done.
Just, well, don't want to do a construction ship immediately. That would be
A bit wasted.
brazen, I would say. Whoop. So, of course, with the Cherry update comes the death of Corvette exploration.
Yep, you cannot actually do that. If you switch to my screen. You need a fully crewed science ship to explore a system we have no intel on. You can kind of do it once you get better sensors, but it's still kind of inefficient. So
Yeah.
you really want to use your science ships to explore.
Yeah. And here, as you can see on my screen, I have the option to explore or survey systems.
So, what size homeworld did you end up with? Because I ended up with the smallest.
Actually doing pretty good. I'm on a 16.
16 is the smallest.
Well, never
so-
mind then.
No, you're not doing pretty good.
Shh. Look, I was trying... I don't know what I was trying to do.
No, neither do I. So
I don't think anyone is really aware of what is going. Ooh, immediately get Cybrex.
yeah. So basically, I am playing as Barbaric the Spoilers, which is a new Civic and in the Apocalypse expansion. And what it does is that it's sort of a... I'm gonna slow down a bit. Can you slow down a bit while I talk?
Yeah.
It's
I'll actually pause.
so a little bit of a Purifier's Light, but not really. What it does is it disables some diplomacy, but it also gives you a special CB that has very like unrestricted warfare, and it lets you raid other people for slaves by bombarding their worlds. Oh no.
Yes.
Oh, I felt a sneeze coming on there, but I managed to quell it. I think everyone is feeling a little bit of a cold at the office right now.
Yeah, I mean, it is winter in Stockholm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were leaving comments and such. Not everyone was super happy about the introductions of CBs to Stellaris, but I think this is a good middle ground where you have CBs if you want to play an empire where it makes sense that you would need a reason to go to war. But someone like Barbaric the Spoilers can just go to war whenever.
The thing with the CB system is very variable in how restrictive it is.
Yes.
Like, if you are a fanatic, if you're like a pacifist, then they're pretty damn restrictive, but in a sort of way that the old Liberation Wars was restrictive. Whereas if you're a purifier or something, you can just go, hey, you're my neighbor, we're at war now.
Yeah. Oh my god. I had a fanatical purifier run very recently where I ended up next to determined exterminators, who then declared war on someone else, so I just went and ate them up.
That sounds nice.
It was amazing. Can you raid without declaring war?
No, you cannot.
No.
Like, the sort of always hostility systems have typically not worked out particularly well in the past. Generally because our games require you to pay a lot of attention to wars, so having it at all times requires you to pay a lot of attention to it at all times. And for some reason that just isn't that good an idea.
Yeah, no, I don't know why. It's really mean. Let's see.
So as you can see, a fair amount of the, like, I mean, I know we covered this before, but one of the things that's different is that you actually start with a bunch of stuff developed in your home system. You start with it surveyed, you start with some mining system colonies, and you start with a not that variable amount of resources. It's a little bit random, but it's not that random. And of course the borders are completely different. You know, I just have this tiny little blip. You have a slightly larger blip because of the like flood fill.
Yeah. So it fills about halfway to the next system,
but
on the hyperlane.
A big difference is that, switch back to my screen. Yeah, you actually have to choose which systems you want to expand into now, and you have to pay for them. So if I want to take the Knock'em system, I don't just get it by growing my population. I have to deliberately choose. I am investing resources into taking the Knock'em system, which I am, by the way.
Yep.
And then I will send my construction ship, it will build a star base, and the system will be added to my borders.
Well, those were not the greatest
Oh, I already found someone.
scientists I could... Oh.
It might just be... Yeah, it's just Space Cows.
Okay, well. That's usually who you find. Space cows and maybe some crystals.
I need to find a way to enslave the Space Cows.
Until you...
and have them make minerals for me.
Until you find pirates.
I mean, look at those guys. I think they would make pretty good miners.
Sure.
They
no,
could just
yeah.
like land on a planet and pull up minerals with their tentacles.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they could also make, you know, livestock.
I'm not sure how tasty they really are.
Well, we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to see if you...
If I decide on
Yeah.
it.
Alright.
That was more the gimmick of the devouring flock.
Yeah.
The splendid flock
Yeah.
run. This is
Very
more,
good.
I want people to mine minerals for me.
Empires look like blobs. If you don't like blobs, what are you doing on this channel?
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, that's
what
pretty
are you
much
even
this game.
what are you even doing in like playing PDS games?
Pretty much the only game that's not that is... that's on this channel is City Skylines.
Yeah, I mean,
It's pretty grid-like.
it's a blob of road networks. No, not really.
No. I'm concerned about scouting systems with science ships when so many things will one-shot them the moment they enter the system. And I will have to say that doesn't happen as often as it used
No,
to.
it really doesn't happen as often. And once you get sensors, you can tell what's in the next system always because it's based on hyperlane jumps.
Yep.
So, first of all, nothing extremely dangerous will ever spawn like right next to your empire to keep you from being boxed in. And if you go far out without researching sensors first, you take a certain risk, but it's not that massive a risk. And hey, sometimes you lose a scientist.
I mean, that's just the way of the game,
That's
really.
the way of space.
That's how spacing go. Right. So... I'm not doing terribly well on food.
Well...
Unfortunately, I start
Oh,
with a
right.
deficit of-
Okay, because you start... Yeah. So you should show
Yeah.
off the new Civic you're playing on.
Oh, yeah. Let's see... Here. So I am playing post-apocalyptic.
And obviously that icon is not final.
What? It's not final?
No.
Are you saying that Hot Pink Life Seeded isn't final either?
No, totally. It's very, very final.
Of course. So this gives me clear blocker cost minus 15%. I start in a tomb world, and I get a survivor trait, which gives me tomb world habitability and more leader lifespan, which is really nice.
Alright. So here's another change. Leaders do not cost influence anymore.
No.
They cost energy.
Which makes sense. You pay them in energy credits.
Yeah, it's like, hey, have some energy credits. Come work for me. It's a bit mainly a change because of the whole... You now need influence to expand systems, and then if you lost like a scientist, that would set you back on expansion, and that wasn't really ideal.
No. It makes sense, and also it gives something to do with all your leftover energy credits.
Indeed.
I need to get a new mouse mat in here.
Is it giving you grief?
Yeah, actually it is. I'm gonna, you know, that's my strategy for this series. When I lose...
You'll blame the mouse mats.
Yeah, well, if I lose.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Why would we go with anything else?
I don't know.
Maybe you're underestimating me.
Could be.
He's not.
Probably not.
What about fat leaders that need food?
I don't think a leader uses all that much food, relatively speaking.
No, considering, I mean, there's no set number to what a pop is supposed to be, but, you know, it's a few people.
It's a lot of people. But sure, we can have that each leader uses 0.0000001 food, which gets rounded to 0, so there we go, it's already implemented.
Great. On-the-fly coding. Just implemented it right now with your mental coding apparatus.
Of course.
Will we get more admiral traits? Not in 2.0?
I'm trying to think. Not like randomly generated, but there's a couple new from special events and such.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's no really new ones. The ones that are there have changed a little bit though, like for instance the trickster trait gives you
scale speed.
Scale speed, sorry. The trickster trait gives you higher disengagement chance, so it helps you like keep your ships alive and keep hitting and running people. No, I will not do that.
Are there any changes to the alliance systems in the patch, like changes to Federation or defensive pacts?
Nothing too significant. Some AI changes, some like changes in how many you get, and yeah, tweaks, but
Yeah.
nothing big. The focus of this update was not diplomacy, it was war.
Yeah.
And sure, we made some changes to diplomacy, but the more significant stuff is basically the same.
I mean, there are many changes to the game, and some things have to change to.
Yeah, you can't
to
do
accommodate.
everything at once, because then this would have been released
Yeah.
like 2019 instead, and I don't
Yeah.
think sales would have been too happy with that.
I've seen some people talking about EU4 Dev Clash in here, and everyone who's a fan of Dev Clash, I can happily tell you that border gore is not only possible in Stellaris 2.0, it's pretty much inevitable.
Lies. I would actually like to fix some of the causes of border gore, but in some degree it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
It's hard to avoid completely.
Okay, well, can't go that way. Let's go this way then.
Construction complete.
What voice did I go with? Oh yeah, Diplomat, of course.
Nothing too exciting around me too far. What about you?
No, well, I haven't gotten that far out. Of course, new change as well. It's not just the FTL is changed. You now have to travel through a system to get to the next hyperlane.
Which makes moving around in general quite a lot slower.
Yes.
Which means that if your fleet is all the way, if you have a big empire and your fleet is all the way on the other side of the empire, you may not actually have time to react to someone attacking you on the opposite side.
Yeah.
It's a big part of why you kind of need to keep your fleet split up.
People are questioning the logic of sending top scientists to die first into dimensional horrors and whatever. And I have to say, think about a certain sci-fi.
I mean, how do
show.
you even know they're top scientists?
Exactly. But think about a certain sci-fi show that may go where no one else have gone before.
Doctor Who?
Yeah, sure. They had some pretty top scientists on that ship. Because, you know, if you're exploring, you need to figure out what you're exploring.
I mean, basically, it's very simple. Science ships are for exploring. Therefore, you're supposed to explore science ships.
Exactly.
Realism, like the space dragons, it's not realistic.
What? You're telling me this isn't 100% plausible
No, I
sci-fi?
know. I know that you have always thought that this is actually a future simulator.
What?
And we're just looking into the future, but actually just a game, Blondie.
Damn it. Damn it. Oh, is that why nothing is happening while I'm just sitting here?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was just observing the future. I mean, it was moving slow. That's why. Are there more ways to generate influence now that it's more important?
So your base influence gain has actually been increased to 3 points. We have lowered it from factions a little bit, so we have kind of flattened the gain. There's not that many more sources, but you also don't... There's also a bunch of things you don't need it for now. So we got more with consolidating the actual uses for influence. You pretty much either use it on expanding or you use it on improving your empire in some way. Ooh, I have found something else here. I have found another empire, in fact.
Oh my god. God damn it. I need to find some friends.
Mushrooms. I found the mushroom empire.
Ooh. Are those going to be mining mushrooms?
Well, we'll see what traits they have. That's probably.
Yeah. Alright. Ooh, new ships. Brilliant. Here we can see on my screen one of the new icons, which means this one specifically means that no pops can grow due to blockers.
Yeah, there's some helpful little icons in the outline now to tell you if a planet needs attention or not. I'm sure nobody ever would have wanted that.
Yeah. Oh, here's the good question, actually. Does science ships need scientists to enter uncharted space?
That's what fully crewed means. They do need scientists.
Right.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have fixed anything. You would just be sending empty science ships.
Yeah. All right. Clearing that. Yeah, as Revan says, it might be a good idea to not send your most valuable scientists first. Maybe if you have a level 1 scientist, maybe he should go and check things out first.
I honestly think people are very much exaggerating the danger here. Like,
absolutely.
I lose maybe at most 1 scientist per campaign to that stuff.
I mean, I'm very
if you're absolutely complete, I mean, I'm sure I'll lose a scientist like soon just to prove the point here, but no, I really don't think it's a big deal. If you want to be super careful about it, you can be super careful about it, but
yeah,
I don't think it's strictly necessary.
Gaming at Night Z, we do not have a release date announced yet, but I mean, maybe will come soon.
Yeah. Also, one thing you can just do is, you know, send some corvettes to escort them.
That's true.
Because they will keep up. Oh, hi. You're fanatic military xenophobe. And you're very ugly.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like they were cute at some point, but...
You mean... Oh, right. You mean before the animal took over the black mold.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, black mold is pretty cute, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it's not... You can use it as rope.
Oh, industrious birds.
God damn.
Okay, I'm having you. You're gonna make minerals for me.
So you get instant contact. I get boxed in by...
Oh, jeez, you have a lot of aggressive things around you.
This is not the greatest start.
I mean, they're not that bad. You can probably build like 20 corvettes and beat them, but...
Yeah, I'd just rather spend my minerals on, you know, literally anything else right now.
You're gonna be wanting those corvettes when the pirates come knocking.
Oh, yeah, eventually, but like...
Not right now, no, but...
Right now, you know,
You're not that boxed in either.
I'd rather, you know, take advantage of all the minerals and stuff in the area.
The special project has concluded.
The greeting with other empires is just the same as it was before.
Yeah, there's no changes there. At some point, I'd actually like to redo the entire first contact system, so it's probably not gonna change until then.
Yep. Does 2.0 come with new anomalies?
Like maybe 1 or 2?
Yeah, I think I've seen 1.
We've also made some like fixed some ones that didn't work and made some events more common and so on. So you might see some things you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Oh, hello!
Especially
another primitive civilization.
God.
Like, thank you, game.
I literally have one way out of my space now. Until I can get my corvettes up.
I should like start building up a fleet to abduct those guys.
Yeah, you should. I mean, just land an army.
Yeah, I could, but I could also just steal them.
Can you bomb empty planets into tomb worlds?
No, you cannot.
No, you can only do that when you are at war with someone, and only do it to inhabited planets.
Let's see, what planet type? Okay, yeah, they're not. This is tropical.
Bobby Mike says, "I think this game is partial to its daddy."
Can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, I think you committed some changes here.
I found an early space age savannah world. That's pretty nice.
Yeah,
that I will be invading for sure.
System survey complete.
Yep.
Construction complete.
And given that we generated the game on live, we all know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I did some code insertion or anything.
No. It's not like you did like if name equals Blondie, then terrible start.
Well, I didn't do it now. I did it ages ago.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how we started the what was it called? Artificial Alliance series.
It's only fair if you think about it.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm clearly the better player, and so you need a handicap.
Definitely.
Do you need a star base on a system in order to invade primitives?
Yes, you do.
And let's observe the amoeba. People are saying that you didn't do that, but they did. But you did do if name equals with then win.
I mean, that's just how life is set up.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Ooh, battle debris. Nice.
Okay, I'm taking a 40% anomaly. I'm feeling lucky. I'm sure the universe will punish me for my hubris.
I honestly don't remember the last time I looked at percentage. I just do all anomalies. I take all theirs.
Even the 80% one.
Look, considering I haven't said no to an anomaly yet, probably.
Okay. I guess you just like saying yes.
Look, I like to live dangerously.
Or you just like to say yes.
I mean, sure. Let's see. Is it possible to have a Terra Incognita in the future? Only seeing hyperlanes next to systems that have your sensors.
We're discussing it. It's not going to be for 2.0, but we might do it in the future. It's one of those cases where we'd have to take the time to do it right, and there's some possible issues associated with it and so on. It might also be an option, but either way, it's not coming for 2.0. I can confirm that much.
Construction complete.
No, you can't just land an army anymore. You have to have a starbase in the system. That goes for invading primitives.
Yeah.
It's a bit different when you're at war, which we'll hopefully see at one point.
Yeah, I imagine there will be some wars.
Considering you have basically unrestricted wars, it may happen.
Yep.
Hey, I found another empire. Hopefully they will be friends.
I mean,
if they're not, then, I mean, screw them.
Are you really gonna tolerate friends that aren't democratic, though?
Well, that's the thing. Like, if they aren't democratic, then they're not friends.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
I may stretch... if they're egalitarian, I may stretch to oligarchic.
That's fair.
How many marauders spawn usually during the game? And I assume that Willem the 15th was late, because you can set that as a setting in when
you
generate
can decide
the galaxy.
It depends on the maximum amount depends on the galaxy size, much like Fallen Empires. The absolute maximum is 3. You can set it random. It very much works like Fallen Empires when deciding how many are going to spawn.
Do you mind if I go up the fastest?
I do mind a little bit.
Okay. Never mind then.
I honestly think fastest is just in the early game when you're trying to explore a lot of things and make decisions.
Yeah.
It's too fast.
Is it? I mean, yeah, and when you can't pause, actually, I would.
Yeah, exactly.
Agree.
If you can pause, it's fine, but when you can't pause...
I am a fan of the fastest pause in every PDX game.
I actually tend to play more just on fast and not pause, but I think that's from playing a lot of multiplayer and getting used to not pausing so much. And no, the dog image is not staying. I know people like it, but we don't own it. And also, it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
I love the doggo as much as everyone else, but no.
No, it's not. It's not happening.
Alright, time to grab myself some primitives.
Is it possible to mod the amount of marauding empires?
Sure.
To increase the
sure, you
the
can add more, of course, just like Fallen Empires.
Yep.
I mean, you'll need the expansion, but yeah.
Yep. No, the dog will not stay. Come on, guys.
You know how this works.
I do.
I was talking to the chat.
Oh, well, I also do. I thought you meant that, you know, if we say that it won't happen, then they will keep asking for it.
Now I'm more like, you guys know why it can't stay.
Yeah.
As much as everyone loves the dog cannot stay. It's a sad story of our time. Love is not enough.
Ooh, plus leader level cap. Nice.
But yeah, that's fine if you define friendship as like democratic. I define friendship as property.
I don't think that's friendship.
I mean, who are you to say what my definition is right or wrong? It's my definition. Therefore, it's right, obviously.
Are you saying that everyone's... Oh, hello. I don't like you.
Fanatic Xenoph. Are you gonna liberate the elves? I will say it's pretty appropriate for you to, as a dwarf, immediately encounter xenophobic elves.
You know... It's a pretty good fit.
That is a good fit. That works.
Yep. Well, let's rush up a good number of ships then, so I can immediately attack them.
You should probably wait a little bit.
Oh yeah. When I say immediately, it's like, well, as soon as I'm comfortable with it. But
that's not actually
Research
immediately, but
concluded.
shh, it's immediately to me.
okay. Oh, all right. I just conquered some Stone Age primitives.
Hey.
To them, our weapons must appear like magic.
Oh yeah, those were the industrious ones as well, right?
Yeah, now they're gonna have culture shock for a while.
Yeah, but still, you can just have it lying around, eating up your research.
Because I realized I was just gonna abduct them, but I realized they don't have enough habitability to actually live on my planets right now. So
Ah, that is a shame.
but they can make me food.
It's good enough for me, or for you.
Oh,
Not good
slavery?
enough.
Slavery's good enough for you?
No, no, no.
That's good.
I don't know if they're equals. If everyone is a slave, then I'm okay with it. It's not about what level of living you are at. It's as long as everyone is at that
As
level.
long as everyone is equally miserable.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay then.
A lot of questions about the galactic core. People want something in the galactic core, and I'm wondering why.
I guess because it's there.
Yeah,
I'm not sure we'll do something with it eventually, but
you know, but I would expect them to be like, no, I want this instead.
I
No,
guess.
This is kind of limited in size, but this, I mean, I can't go. Actually, it's also limited because I can't go enough left. But still. How's the unrest going on your Stone Age planet?
I mean, it's a Stone Age planet. There can't really do all that much. It's got a little bit of unrest.
That's fine.
I could do martial law, but it's expensive.
Yes, the post-apocalyptic civic is exclusive to the life-seeded civic.
You
think.
mean that they can't be used at the same time?
Yeah. Like, you can't use both of them. You can't be on a Tomb world, Gaia world.
I
Tomb
mean,
Gaia world.
that wouldn't make a lot of sense.
No.
Basically, all of the origin civics are exclusive. Also because, yeah, maybe you could be a Gaia robot civilization, but that would be a massive leg up, so.
Yeah.
When we also kind of don't want people to necessarily have 2 locked civics. You can in some cases, but...
Okay. So this is basically just almost regular Stellaris, except it's way different.
Yeah, I mean, to us it's pretty regular, I think, because
Yeah.
we've been playing it for a while, but I also remember how different it felt when I first played it, the way you sort of expand, the fact that you're sort of constantly making decisions,
Yeah,
instead of being just like, well, here's a planet I can colonize, I'm gonna take it.
absolutely. It's yeah. I think it's different but familiar is a good good
Like,
term,
if you play Stellaris, you will understand how to play this, but
Yeah.
it will also feel new and fresh.
which I really like. I think I put up in 150 hours over the Christmas period.
Not a bad amount of hours.
No.
Okay, time to take over these guys. I think unrest will be more of a problem here.
Oh, here we have a question that may actually be more suited for Henrik. But when did production of Stellaris start, and what inspired you to do it?
Yeah, that's more of a for Henrik Freyes because he's the one who originally like dreamed up Stellaris.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of it was about making a 4X with the focus on the first X, exploration.
Mm-hmm.
I know that was a very big inspiration for Stellaris. Alright. I need to get a resupply ship shelter over here. And I need some people.
How the hell do you have 10 Unity production?
I got the tech.
Oh. Well, that would explain that.
Yep, it would. Right, I'll do here.
Oh, come on!
Now what?
So you know how on the east side of the galaxy
Yeah.
I'm locked in? I find another place where I would be blocked in.
Oh, you're having space amoebas wandering all over. Yeah, you're gonna want to deal with those.
Yeah,
they are a pain.
Oh,
I
God.
definitely recommend getting an early navy and hunting them, basically.
Yeah.
Construction complete.
Getting a lot of questions about future content. Like new megastructures, like not in 2.0, maybe in the future, who knows? Well, I changed my mind.
Okay.
Because people saw in the first look video that they're, oh, you are having some issues there.
Yeah.
Nope. There you go. That there is a new buildable megastructure.
It's a semi-megastructure in
Yeah.
that it doesn't require Utopia.
Yeah.
But it is kind of counts as a megastructure, which is the gateway. And that's actually free. Because it's part of the FTL rework.
Yeah.
Construction complete.
Okay, there we go. Now we should actually have some defense armies here in case the slaves decide to get uppity. Or rather too uppity.
The last dev diary talked about one way to dissolve the horde is to assassinate the Khan. Any other info on about assassination?
I can say there's not going to be major intrigue mechanic. It's more of a special mechanic for that.
Yeah.
So if you were hoping for a espionage system, it'll come at some point, but it's not in the 2.0 slash apocalypse.
Special project complete.
Hegemonic imperialists. Disgusting. Also,
Yes.
they're elves. Disgusting.
Also that haircut.
Actually, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's not a bad haircut.
No.
Very 50s.
I mean,
very
like,
50s.
Everyone has something going for them,
System survey complete.
and like
It's only the haircut.
yeah.
Okay.
Anomalies
I mean, with
being
those clothes, though.
identified.
Yeah, you know what? That does not go together, girl. Are you a girl? Yeah.
Yes.
I had to double check. You know, they're elves.
You're like,
They look effeminate.
you're like, how are you a girl? You don't have a beard.
Exactly. What are you, a child? How would you rate your start out of 1 to 10?
I would rate it as the slaves are making trouble.
Yes.
I mean, haven't you heard the term freedom is slavery?
I'm sorry, what?
What I'm trying to
oh.
say is it's a good thing, and it's a bad thing that's making trouble because they are fighting against freedom.
Sure. If that's what you call freedom, I'm...
I mean, freedom is slavery, therefore logically slavery is freedom. It just follows.
Sure. Yeah, we can. You can make post-apocalyptic empires, which is what I am.
Our ships have been made superior.
Any questions about release dates? I will just refer to sometime this year.